And now in this lesson I will show you how one concrete modular application looks like, and this will be our big example in which we will show how module java.info is composed and everything else you need to know about handling and working with modules. So here you can see that I have this application called library modular app, and in this application I have 7 modules. So these are modules: app, book API, checkout, email notification, inventory, notification service, reports. So these are modules. Like I said, in the practical sense, the module is just a folder which contains one or more packages and module info.java file. So for example, we can go to app module, which is our main module. This is the application. And now if I expand this, you can see that I have one package. So under this I have a source folder, and in the source folder I have one package. So this com.app is a package. So for this example, I only have one package per module, but of course you can have as many as you want. And then we have this module info.java. So let me now show you the module one by one, and I will actually start with book API. So the idea of application is to simulate a library. So you come to the library, you ask for a book. If the book is available, you can check out the book. If the book is not available, then you get the message it's not available. And also you will see this email notification service simulates the email you are sent. When you check out the book, then you see the email notification that the book is checked out. So this is basically the application, and I did it in the modular fashion, just to demonstrate all the features of the modular features in Java. So let's start with book API. So this is our first module. This module defines a book. So if you go to the package com.bookapi, in this package I have one Java file, which is book.java, and if I open this file, then you see I have created a record. So if this was some earlier version of Java, this would be some encapsulated class, but since we are working in Java 17, we can create a record. So this is just a record book, and this record has one argument, this is title. So every book is defined by a title. So I'm just doing this as simple as possible. Okay, and this is basically our whole module. So I have one package, I have one Java file. In that Java file, I have defined one record. And this is our module. And now let's see module info.java, how it looks like. So in module info.java, I'm exporting this package. So my module book API doesn't require any other modules, but this module is composed so I can make use of this record in some other modules. And for me to be able to use this record in other modules, I have to make this com.bookapi available to other modules. So this is what this exports com.bookapi means. So I'm exporting this package. In theory, I could have like 10 packages in the module, and I can decide I want to export only 3 packages. In that case, all other would be permanently invisible to any other modules. But I want this package to be visible to other modules, so this is why I use this keyword exports. Okay, let's now analyze next module. The next will be inventory. So once I have a book, now I have inventory of books. So I have created a separate module inventory. Again, I have only one package, com.inventory. In this package, I have one Java file, which defines an inventory. So the inventory, I have a class book inventory. I have one private field, which is list of books. And then I create a constructor for this class, in which I add some new books. So now I have the inventory, I have the set of books. And here, for the sake of the example, I have hard-coded 2 books, so OCA study guide and OCP study guide. So our library has only 2 books. And in the real world, this will probably be connected to some database, and you will have the list of hundreds and thousands of books in the database, and then you would fetch the titles of the book from the database. But okay, I'm here simulating, I have only 2 books, and I'm defining the method list books, which just returns whole books. So when I run list books, I get the list of whole books in the library. So this is my module, book inventory. And now let's look at the module info.java. Now here I have more commands. So first, let's see these exports. So I want com.inventory to be available to other modules. This is the whole point, so I'm using exports. Then I'm requiring book API, but I'm requiring this transitive, just for the sake of the example. So this means that if some other module requires inventory, and inventory requires transitive book API, then every module which requires inventory will automatically have access to book API. So I don't need to write request inventory, request book API, but if I write request inventory, then book API will be available automatically. And here also I'm using this opens keyword, which is rarely used. And this means that I want my package com.inventory to be available to the module reports in the runtime. So requires defines availability in the compile time, and opens defines availability in the runtime. And frankly, I think it's not very likely that you will see opens in the exam, but it's possible. So just remember that opens means that something is available during the runtime. In this case, this package is available to reports during the runtime. Okay, now we have our module inventory. Let's see next module, reports. So module reports, again, I have one package, I have one Java file, it's called inventory report. And this class has only one method, generate report. And this method basically prints out the list of the books. And you can see here that this method uses the inventory. So I'm using the inventory module, I'm using book inventory class, which is in inventory module. For that case, I have to import it from the package com.inventory. So I have imported the book inventory class from the package com.inventory, and I'm allowed to do this because, if you remember, the module inventory exports com.inventory, and this is why I'm allowed to import this. If I didn't have these exports, then I couldn't import the package. This is why exports is important. And now when I have the access to this book inventory class, then I can create my local variable inventory. So book inventory equals new book inventory. And now in my method, I want to print out the books. So first I call the method list of books. If you remember, the method list of books returns books, and books is a list. So I'm returning list. And then I'm applying for each method on the list, which we already saw how to do. So I have the list of books, and now I'm applying for each method, and then I'm providing this consumer. So for each book, print out something like this. So for each book, I'm printing out book.title. And this book is the instance of the class book, which was defined in the book API, which we already saw. Let's now see module info.java for this module. So here I have two lines. I have exports, so I want this package com.reports to be exported, to be available to other modules, and I'm requiring inventory. And by requiring inventory, I also have access to the book class, because the book API here was required transitive. Okay, so I require inventory and I export com.reports. Okay, let's go to the next one, notification service. So again, I only have one package. And now service means interface. So here I'm providing the interface called notification service. So I have public interface notification service, and I have two abstract methods in this interface. One is getName. This will give me the name of the service, as you will see later. And another one is sendNotificationMessage. So what is the idea? The idea is that I have one interface notification service, and now I can create multiple implementations of this interface, like SMS notification service, email notification service, I don't know, phone notification service. So I can have many ways to notify the customer when the book is checked out. And I want to have one interface which will be in common to all these different ways of notifying customers. So here I'm just defining this interface notification service. And we will see the implementation will be given in another module. And this is what we usually call service provider interface, or SPI for short. So let's see module info Java for this file. Again, I have exports, so I want this package to be available to other modules. And now I have uses. So this uses keyword is used in this situation when you have a service. The service defines interface. So this module uses this service or this interface. So you can see that after the key name uses, I'm giving not package, not module, but the whole name of the interface. So this is the interface and this is full part of my interface. So I have package and I have interface name. So this is how uses is used. Okay, so I have my service which uses this notification service. And now let's go to the email notification module, and this email notification will implement this service. So let's go to the next module, email notification. Okay, again, I have only one package. Okay, and in this package, I have Java file email notification.java, and you can see that here I'm implementing the service. So my class email notification implements notification service. If you remember, we had two abstract methods, get name and send notification. So we have to implement them. So get name just returns email. So the name of this implementation is email. And send notification, when you pass the message to this method, it will just print out email sent with message. Again, this is just a simulation. In the real world, you'll probably here call some API which will actually send the email to the customer. But for now, I will just print in the console that email was sent with this particular message. So this is how I implement my notification service. And now if you go to module.info.java, you see two lines. So first we are requiring notification service. We have to have access to the notification service in order to have access to this interface. And then we use this provides with keywords. So we are providing our notification service with this implementation email notification. So this is how it works. So in the service module, we had to specify uses, and now in this email notification module, we have to put provides with. So we are providing this interface with this implementation. This is how it works. And notice here that we didn't use exports. So we didn't export this package because we already exported the notification service. So once you export notification service, then the other modules don't need to have direct access to the email notification, because the email notification is just the implementation of this service. So all other modules will use this package, notification service, and then they can choose which of the particular implementations they can use. You'll see this in the program. Of course, here we only have one implementation. This is email notification. So I wanted to make this as simple as possible. So we only have one implementation of this notification service, and this is email notification. So the point is that you are not fetching email notification directly, but rather through notification service. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is checkout. So once you ask for the book and you get the book, again, we have only one package here and one Java file, checkout system. And here is the main business logic of the application. So in order to check out the book, we need all of this. So we need book, we need inventory, we need notification service, and you will see what this service loader means. So let's do this line by line. We have a class checkout system. In this class, we have one public method, checkout book, and this is the title of the book. So you are trying to check out the book with specific title. Then we define book inventory, because we are using this package, so we can do this. So now we are invoking the whole inventory of the books. And then we are using stream to find the book with the specific title. So in the inventory, we have the list of all books. We have the title of the book, and we want to find this particular book. And here I used streams. So inventory list books gives you a list of books. Then you create a stream, you have a source, and then I just use this intermediate operation filter. So here I'm filtering all books whose title is equal to the title which is passed in the method. And then once I filter this out, I select the first one because, well, we can have several books with the same title. In this case, I will select the first one. In the real world you have ISBN number and it would not happen. But just for the example, so I take the first one, or else, so if there are no books found, I'll just return null. So book will be null. And now I'm writing if statement. So if book is not null, that means that the book is found. Then I print out the notification that the book is checked out. And now I want to send the email. And this is how it works. I have my notification service. And now I use this class service loader to load all the implementations of the notification service. So this is how service loader works. Service loader has several methods. The most useful one is load. And then I provide this kind of notification service.class. So this service loader .load notification service.class, this will load all the implementations of notification service. In this case, I have only one, but you can imagine that you can have like 10 implementations of notification service. Then this service loader .load will load you all the notification services. And now from all these service implementations, you have to choose the one you need. So in this case, I'm choosing the one with the name email. So first I will create the stream from this collection of implementations. Then I'm using map in order to get the provider for each of these implementations. So I'm getting providers. So each implementation has its own provider. So here I'm getting the provider of the implementation. And now I'm filtering these providers according to some criteria. In this case, I want to take only the implementation or service which has the name email. So this line tells me that out of all possible or all available implementations, I want to pick the one which has the name email. And this is why, if you remember, here we have overridden this method getName to return email. So this is why it was important. So here I'm filtering only the ones with the email. And theoretically there could be more than one with the same name, ideally not, but it could be. So this is why I use find first. So if there are many of them, just take the first one, or else throw some exception. So this is very important. This is how this service provider interface works. You have service loader, you load all the implementations, then you get the provider for each implementation, and then you can use filtering to pick up the implementation you want to use, in this case email. And now once this is run, we know that our sendNotification method, which is defined, if you remember, in notification service. So we have the abstract method sendNotification, but now this sendNotification method will be implemented according to the implementation given in the email notification. So sendNotification will now use this service email, and now you can print out some message. For example, you checked out, and then the title of the book. And here else is if the book is not found. So if the book equals null, then just print out book is not available, and you can print out the title. Okay, so this is the core of our program, checkout system. And now we can finally go to the last module, app. So here again, we have only one package. In this package, we have one Java file. It's called library app. And you can see here we have our main method. So the main method is given in the library app because this is our main application. We had to import checkout system and inventory report in order to run this. And now we have our application. Welcome to library modular app. These are available books. And then I call the method generate report from the inventory report. And since, if you remember, I'm requiring checkout, I'm requiring reports. So I have all this available. So I can generate the report. So I have the list of all books. And then I'm taking the input from the user. So I'm defining this scanner class. In order to do this from the console, please enter the name of the book. Then once you enter the book, this is read into the string book name. And then I call my checkout system, which I have imported, and also in the module info Java. So this should work. And then I have checkout system, new checkout system, and I try to check out book with the given book name. And this is the final module. And I don't want this lesson to be too long, so let me stop the lesson here, and then we'll continue in the next lesson when I will show you how to compile this application in 2 different ways. So I will stop here and I will see you in the next lesson.